And we're recording my screen. Everybody else will not be on it. So we flattened the curve. What does that even mean? Well, that means that we didn't overwhelm the healthcare system. That's all that means. We kept our COVID diagnoses, or people who were hospitalized from COVID-19, being below what our hospitals could handle. But it's a virus, and it's a novel virus, new virus to our system. So our systems don't have antibodies created for it. So just like when you were a kid and you got chicken pox, or you got exposed to chicken pox and you got it, this is like that. So the likelihood is that we are all going to get this thing at some point in time. And the important thing is for you to be prepared for it and for you to have a plan. Part of that plan is to catch the symptoms early, because when you catch the symptoms early, you can eliminate the virus itself in your body before it takes over and causes all those crazy things like cytokine storm, which is what causes so many people to die from it. So the symptoms: a tickle in your nose, a tickle in your throat. That's usually the first, and you want to get on that really, really fast. Achy joints. So this is usually because you have a fever, and a lot of people don't realize that when you have a fever, it causes your joints to be achy. It causes you to feel cold even though it's hot outside. So it can be hot, everybody else in the house can be hot, and you've got like, I'm cold. You need to look at that. That could be early warning signs that you already have a virus going on. Feeling fatigued or tired, also like you've got a fever. All these achy joints, fever, feeling cold though, even though it's warm, feeling fatigued or tired, all those are fever symptoms. The late symptom is that dry cough or the shortness of breath that causes people to go to the hospital. That's a late sign. You wanted to have got on it way, way before that. I'm going to talk about a lot of things today that are not essential oils. Yes, I'm going to cover some essential oils, but there's some things that you should have in your house. And in fact, in my house, we have them both in my house and at my office. So if I get a first symptom and it's in my office, I'm on it, right? Before anything. Now, of course, I'm going to close my office, go home, disinfect, all that other good stuff, but I am going to start treating it immediately. Monolauric acid, called monolaurin, or lauricidin, is the brand that I use. Now, I'm a brand fanatic. Anybody who knows me well knows that I'm a brand fanatic, and I usually research the daylights out of brands before I say, yeah, I'll take that. Lauricidin is a brand that I will take even if you have an allergy to coconut oil. So this is a coconut base. Lauric acid comes from coconut. You take these little beadlet thingies and you swallow them. Don't chew them. You won't like it, trust me. But you swallow them and they break down that capsule of the virus so that it cannot infect you. This is something you should have in your medicine cabinet. So I've got a cabinet in my kitchen that is all COVID preparation, so I don't have to worry about it, right? So coconut oil, or monolaurin, breaks down. They've known this since 1979, and hear this, this is important, 99%. So it was effective on 14 different viruses 99.9% of the time. Coconut oil by itself was similar. They tested it on a virus that is very similar to the COVID-19 virus, and it inhibited the maturation stage. It kept the virus from being able to mature and divide. Another thing that you should have in your medicine cabinet is colloidal silver, and not just any colloidal silver, but sovereign silver. Sovereign silver interferes with the enzymes. It basically suffocates the virus, so the virus dies. And I'm going to have a sheet that's available. You don't have to scramble all the notes. I'm going to have a sheet that's available for you, or I have this all in one piece that you can get at the end of the call. Just let me know that you want it and I'll get it to you. Elderberry, black elderberry is spectacular. Gaia is a company that I would have in my cabinet. Elderberry cause complete recovery from flu in 3 days. Now, I know somebody that was hospitalized for 4, and this was in January, and she still having difficulty with it. So the echinacea is a really important one to have. Again, Gaia is the brand that I'm looking at as a reliable brand. Echinacea directly attacks the virus, and specifically bronchial, so bronchitis, viruses that causes bronchitis. So echinacea is a really big one, and echinacea supreme by Gaia is one that I recommend. Now, when I was in my master's program in alternative medicine, I studied medicinal mushrooms intensely, and Host Defense is a good quality medicinal mushroom. Reishi and agarikon, science shows that they prevent the virus from being able to attach to a healthy cell. And so it prevents you from actually contracting the disease. Good old garlic. Hello. If you're not cooking with garlic every day, I highly encourage you to have at least a clove or two of garlic in your diet every day. Garlic is not only antiviral, it's antibacterial, antifungal. It's especially effective if it is raw. I don't expect you to go out and chew raw garlic, although when I was doing cancer, I was prescribed 5 cloves raw garlic every day, and no, I couldn't do it. But in my master's, one of my textbooks, in fact, my favorite textbook, the textbook of natural medicine, talked about a study of 146 participants in the study that took 1 garlic capsule per day for 12 weeks. They had 24 colds instead of 65 colds, and those colds lasted a day and a half instead of 5 days. All they did was take a garlic capsule. Green tea. So green tea has a flavonoid in it called catechin that inhibits viral infections. It also, when I talk about virus, it's tested effective against HIV, herpes, and hepatitis B. So if you're not drinking a glass of green tea every day or a cup of green tea a day, I definitely encourage it. It's an easy way to boost your body's ability to not get it, even though you've been exposed to it. And yes, let's talk about some essential oils. So I'm not allowed to talk about the medicinal properties of essential oils. What I can talk about is the phenol, carvacol, which is the primary ingredient in oregano. So I can't say anything about oregano. Carvacol breaks down that capsule that the virus, you know, it's kind of like the cell wall, only they call it a capsid in a virus. And carvacol breaks that down. Now there's all kinds of other antiviral properties. Monoterpenes are, all your citrus oils are high in monoterpenes. In fact, grapefruit oil and green mandarin are 97% monoterpene. That's huge. And they are antiviral. Monoterpene alcohols, lavender, peppermint, tea tree oil are all high in monoterpene alcohols. I put the most common oils there for you so that if you have a basic kit, it probably has these oils in it. Aldehydes, lemongrass and melissa are high in aldehydes. They're very, very strong antivirals. Esters, lavender, Roman chamomile, helichrysum, oxides, you probably don't have, unless you have them beyond the basic kit, you probably don't have eucalyptus, rosemary, ravensara, or laurel leaf, but I bet you have breathe and it has them in it. And that those components, those oxides are very, very antiviral. Now, the one that we really got to have in your medicine cabinet and be taking every day, this is important, boost your vitamin D. Premier Research Labs is I won't go to any store in town and buy vitamin D because they're just typically not pure. Premier Research Labs is one that I really, really trust. And this scale shows the number of COVID cases based on the level of vitamin D. If you don't know your vitamin D level, go and have your vitamin D level tested, because we all have low vitamin Ds. Usually it's around between 20 and 30. At 75, at a vitamin D level of 75, your chances of getting COVID drop by 90%. Even though you're exposed, your chances of getting it drop by 90%, and your chances of dying from it drop by 96%. And all you did was get your vitamin D level to 75. And oh, by the way, that also reduces your chances of cancer. So I'm going to be sending out this to anybody. I've already had a couple people say, send it to me, send it to me. But I'm going to be sending out this. If you are interested in it, this is just a one-page sheet. It's actually got links to the different companies that I recommend. If you would like that, you can go directly to bit.ly/immune ready. And you can download your own, or you can text me and I will be happy to send you that link. A great referral, your friends and family or coworkers that want to optimize their health and they have some COVID concerns. Also, your friends and family that have a diagnosis of osteoporosis or osteopenia, I teach a class on that have esophageal reflux, GERD, I teach a class on that. Autoimmune disorders, somebody that has cancer, I'm putting together a huge class on cancer that I'm very excited about. Chronic ailments, and they don't just want to take another pill.
Thank you, Linda. As always, you have a wealth of knowledge about your products and things that you have studied so hard and learned about.
Linda, thank you so much. It's interesting, and I love that you take the time to figure out how something that's to everybody is affected, and I love that you keep an eye on the studies and everything, so appreciate that.
So, hey, Linda, thank you so much for that informative and fast. Oh, golly, it's a lot of information, but so interesting. You're like a walking encyclopedia. Thank you so much for sharing that with us.
Linda, you are an amazing communicator. You connect with people so well. I appreciate you.
Linda, thanks for all that information. I couldn't write it down fast enough, so I'll have to get with you. And then just a quick testimonial for Linda and the products. Today I was just sitting here, my neck is tight. So I threw on some peppermint and oh, now I feel so much better. So thank you, Linda.
Thank you, Linda. Always great to learn more from you. Just had a referral for you that I just talked with last night that I already sent over to you. Appreciate everything you do.
Thanks, Linda, for sharing. You made COVID not that scary anymore.
Linda, thanks so much for taking the time out of your precious day to share with us on different avenues that we can take to take care of the whole COVID thing. I thank you for the knowledge that you have and being able to share that and teach that with us, because it's just, you can't put a price tag on that.
Linda, thank you so much for the awesome information. It was short, sweet, to the point, and was very impactful. So thank you for what you do.
Thank you, Linda, so much for that information. A lot of the stuff that you were talking about, the news will never tell you. They'll just tell you to put on a mask and stay inside and stay away from the sunshine and just quarantine yourself. And that's all good stuff, but I think there's a lot we can do for our immune systems that the news will never tell you how to do that. So it's kind of a good peace of mind. So thank you for that. Appreciate it.
That's incredible information you have, definitely. So we're so fortunate to have you in the group because, like Danny said, you just don't get that information from other sources. So thank you so much.
Hey, thanks so much, Linda. Great information.
Linda, I have a wonderful testimonial. I was introduced to peppermint oil 10 years ago, and it has forever changed my life. So thank you very much for talking about oils here, because it's definitely something that can impact you for the rest of your life. Thank you.
Yeah, just first off, I want to thank Linda. I've been taking Loricide for a while, and so just having that, that reassurance and that information about it is amazing. And just the other products that you talked about, just to add to my arsenal is fantastic. So I really appreciate that.
Linda, you're amazing. Absolutely phenomenal.
Really amazing, Linda. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for inviting me, Linda. Incredible presentation. And like Jessica said, it definitely relieves some anxiety surrounding COVID. And I appreciate having the names of specific brands that you trust, because I've been looking for vitamin D and it's difficult because there's a ton to choose from. So thank you so much for that. I appreciate it.
Thanks for inviting me, Linda. Great presentation skills. I wish there was like a mass media public health campaign to make sure that everybody was supplementing vitamin D.